All right, what's going on, big dog? So Destiny, the famous streamer himself, once again hopped onto the Lolcow podcast with Boogie2988 and Keemstar to kind of confront and hopefully get the full confession from Boogie himself, you know, that he was faking his cancer and used it to run a crypto scam. And Destiny hopped onto the stream and absolutely roasted Boogie, just destroyed him up and down. And he wasn't the only one. Budahar ends up coming in later. And he also chimes in and gives his opinion on the whole matter. And, you know, again, points out the obvious to Boogie that you can't just keep lying. And the entire like hour-long video that Destiny posted about this situation while he was on the podcast is super entertaining to watch. And I highly recommend you guys checking it out because I can't fit everything into this video, but Boogie gets really unhinged. And I'll try to show you guys as much as the good stuff as I can. But it's a pretty long video. There's a lot to go over. But let's kind of start it off with what made Destiny decide to even dig into this.
Destiny, did you think that when you came in and confronted Boogie about this, that it would turn out this way?
I have no idea. It was just surprising to me that like it was pretty easy to see what was happening, and I feel like Boogie is like one of the most dedicated hater bases on the internet, so I didn't know how anybody hadn't called him out for it. And I think the issue is that it was pretty crazy when my kid's mom, I think she was 23 or 24 when she got diagnosed with stage 4. I think it's either Hodgkin's or non-Hodgkin's leukemia. And so there was like a whole ordeal of like supporting her through that. We had to like break up in order to like qualify her for Medicaid, in order for her to afford the medications. I was trying to buy them initially. And I don't remember what the treatment was. They're like 2 pills that I bought. They're like $1,000 a pill. I was like, we can't do that. I can't afford this shit. No way. So we had to break up so that she could qualify for like state assistance for medical shit because I was a streamer, so I didn't have like healthcare. And yeah, it was that comment. It truly was. The comment at the end of that CoffeeZilla video was like, it's cancer. It always kills you. And I'm like, wait, what the f? Why would a person with cancer say that? There's so many people that are fighting against cancer, like every day in the United States and the world. That's such an unhinged, crazy thing to say. And that's what triggered me enough to start digging like, oh, okay, it's because he doesn't have cancer.
All right. So yeah, Destiny just points out the obvious, which is, you know, I do. I'm sure most of you people watching right now all know somebody with cancer. And so when Boogie went on to CoffeeZilla's, you know, video or answered his phone call, it made sense for Destiny to question him when he said that cancer always comes back around. Cancer always comes back to take its revenge, however he put it, which Destiny points out is a really shitty, terrible thing to say. It's not like a good thing to say. It's not a good thing to like promote. And a lot of people don't like hearing that. A lot of people, when they're going through such a tough time, like I personally knew a girl who was my age. I'm 25 at the time of this recording. And at the time, we were both 16, and she passed away from a lung cancer that she had. And this is all really sad and terrible. But one thing nobody ever told this girl was like, oh, cancer always just comes back to get you. Unfortunately for her, like she beat it once, it came back, and yeah, it did happen. But she never quit fighting. People don't just quit fighting because they have cancer. Like people want to live, people want to enjoy their life, and you know, hopefully do it cancer-free. Sadly, sometimes it's just not the case, but to say that really makes you wonder and really makes you question, like, do you really have cancer then? Like, obviously, Boogie says a lot of outlandish and wildest things that don't make any sense at all for the most part. And obviously lies all the time, but it's just crazy to me that I don't want to say he got away with lying because obviously he didn't now, but it's crazy to me that it took this long for people to try to call him out on it. And I understand people saying, oh, well, we just didn't think he would ever lie about something that big. But when you have a track record like Boogie, I guess when I heard about this the first time, it's really not that surprising. So now, obviously, after Destiny is done grilling Boogie on this entire lying about cancer thing again, and to Boogie's credit, he maintains, you know, a calm demeanor. He obviously looks very frustrated. He looks very flustered. He obviously doesn't want to be here. He's obviously, you know, he's acting like a little toddler. He's acting like a 2-year-old when they get caught sticking their hand in the cookie jar. You know, they pout and they whine, and that's the same attitude and vibe he's been giving off this whole time. But then Mudahar decides to join the call. And when Mudahar decides to join the call, they asked him like what Boogie can do in order to redeem himself in any way, shape, or form. And Mudahar gives a pretty good response. You know, obviously he talks about returning the money that he got out of his crypto scam and things like that. And we actually find out that Boogie genuinely tried to do a few things and even got confirmation from Keemstar himself.
Yeah, I just don't think I think there's just a limit. And the limit is like never lied about this. But like what was proven a day ago, like in that confession you had, is that you literally you said one day you saw something in your portal, didn't have it, and then fucking this whole situation has basically been you doing lie after lie after lie, and there's things that you don't lie about. And can't one of those you don't lie about. And it's
Yeah, it was a very, very stupid thing for me to have done. Yeah.
Muta, you've been involved in this a lot, like from the very beginning, kind of when this all unfolded. What does Boogie need to do now in this situation? Well, we think he's come clean with the facts around the case. What does he have to do now? Like, what do you do in this situation?
Honestly, it's like the first time I've ever really like seen somebody just blatantly lie about cancer and like grift off of it. I'm sure Destiny, have you ever seen something like this before to this extent?
What about that one meme, Emily? Woohoo! Isn't that a meme? Do you know what I'm talking about right now? Did that make any sense?
Oh, Twitch
I don't know much
streamer.
about. I don't know much.
That was a Twitch streamer, right?
What? It wasn't there like an old RuneScape guy, and he had that thing. It's like Emily only lied about cancer once. Yahoo!
Once, yeah.
You know what? Honestly, I really think like there has to be like a financial apology. Like whatever money he's gotten out of this low-cut live probably should be put towards like research or
Muta,
paying back the victims of a scam.
Well, Muta, here's what we're doing so far. And
hold on, just real quick. Whatever Boogie says, it's absolutely not going to have anything to do with giving up money, guaranteed. But go ahead.
It does.
Oh, okay. Let's hear it.
I just donated $1,000 to St. Jude's.
Oh, okay.
Which hurts pretty tremendously. Destiny,
did you give the? Wait, I'm curious. Did you show that receipt to Keemstar?
Yes.
Yeah, we did show it on screen.
Yes.
Okay.
And to be fair to Boogie, $1,000 is like a lot of money to him.
Okay. Yeah, so that was 1/10 of what he made in a scam. Supposedly, could have made more. We don't know yet. But
the rest of it is, the rest of it's been spent. I have mortgage. I have, I paid bills. I paid back bills and stuff.
Well, maybe. Careful. We don't know what it means when you say it's been spent, because you told CoffeeZilla that money's already spent. Could mean you've got future acquisitions that you're planning on making with that money, and that's the same thing to you. Is
I do still have money coming in, right? And so I'm dog-eared. There's some money left in the bank account. Thank God. It's not zero right now. It's close, but it's not zero. But $1,000 took a big fucking bite out of what's left. That said, I also gave up my most prized possession. I emailed it at my cost to Keemstar. It's $200 to mail it. It's my gold play button. It's irreplaceable. It's not the modern one. It's the old.
All right, so Keemstar ends up saying they're going to auction off his like original gold play button, which if you guys don't know, the original gold play button looks a little different. It's a little more valuable. It's a little more rare because they don't make them like that anymore, obviously. And Boogie was, a big channel for a while and he got one. And so they're going to auction that off. I would be surprised if they got really a lot for it, being the downfall of Boogie. It'd be different if he was still kind of on top of his game and was still providing content to the internet, not just scamming the crap out of his audience and lying about cancer. I think then it might have some value to it, but I don't know how much value that's really going to have. And he obviously donated $1,000 to St. Jude, Keemstar, and then even said that they showed the screenshot in the stream previously, which is awesome. That's wonderful. Yeah, these guys are kind of joking that, like they say, oh, that's only 1/10 of what he scammed his audience of, which is, yes, he made $10,000. He spent it. What do you do? $1,000 to most people is a lot of money to just drop at a whim. So I mean, good for him, I guess. Like, I'm gonna give credit where credit's due. $1,000, still $1,000, and he donated to St. Jude, and St. Jude is a wonderful organization. They even stated later in the stream, I'm not going to show it, but they stated later in the stream that almost 100% of the money goes to actual cancer research and is actually helping the children and actually helping fund cancer research. A lot of the places kind of split it 50-50. They got to make their money, I guess, but St. Jude is one of the few that's actually really good. So a solid organization to donate to, but nonetheless, I do think Mudahar is right in saying that if he does want to come back from this, it is going to have to be a financial kind of apology where he's going to have to basically pay back or, donate enough money to get back on people's good side. And Boogie's just not that ambitious of a person. Like, I'm sitting here making a YouTube video about him after working all day and then working a second job. This guy has all day, every day to make 1 or 2 videos a day if he wanted to. His videos aren't like the most insane edited or anything like that. Mine aren't either. And I could easily pump out 1 or 2 of these a day, if I didn't work all day. So the fact that he isn't doing that and is holding himself back basically is all on him. He could be making good money, but he has just, again, he's lied to his audience. Now he's got this scandal going on and he's just constantly shot himself in the foot over and over and over again. But after all of that, after the whole everybody figuring out what's going on and really trying to just dig down, Boogie keeps his composure the whole time. we really get into the real meat and potatoes here. We're digging into the hot dish, ladies and gentlemen, because Boogie just loses his mind and he confesses everything. And it gets to the point where even Keemstar himself has to like get up and leave. He just cannot believe what he has just heard from Boogie, because he full out confesses that he does not have cancer. He didn't have cancer. He was never told he had cancer. He just Googled it.
That's fine.
No, but
what you just said before about
like
accidentally lying, you weren't accidentally lying. You were that's why it's called a lie. You can't accidentally lie. That's just called being wrong. You intentionally lied before.
In the video, I was told by my doctor that I have polycythemia vera, and we're treating you for polycythemia vera.
He might have uttered those words, maybe. He might. I know. I'm sure he said polycythemia, maybe. And he might have even said polycythemia vera. He never told you that you had cancer, though.
That's fair. That's true. I had to Google that.
Okay, yes. Which is what we thought.
God.
That's what we thought in the beginning. He probably told you that you have an elevation, everything. You have polycythemia. You probably Googled that. You might have thought that he said Vera. Maybe he fucked up and said Vera, but he never said cancer. He never said cancer.
Polycythemia vera many times. Many times.
Oh my God. What just happened? What just happened? Your doctor did not tell you you had cancer?
Correct. Well, that's why this was the very first question I asked when I came on your show 3 or 4 days ago, because I knew that he never said it.
My basal cell carcinoma got referred to as a carcinoma.
All right, boom. There it is. It's absolutely wild. He actually just fully admits it. He never was told he had cancer. And like Destiny says, maybe his doctor misspoke and told him he had something. Maybe he is treating him for this just out of caution, but he's never actually confirmed that he has cancer. So he's been lying for 2 years about a disease that he doesn't have, which is now confirmed. He just admitted to it. He was never told he had cancer. And Keemstar probably had the correct reaction, and the reaction that a lot of us had when he finally just admitted it. It's absolutely wild. This seems to be the final end for Boogie 2988. All right, so after Keemstar gets back from his little break that he had to take after hearing that incredible news of Boogie lying about his cancer, he comes back and he drops the final bombshell on Boogie 2988, which is that he has now been fired from the Lolcow Live podcast. He's no longer a member, and Keemstar hits him with the facts. He hits him with the truth here on what he has to do to, prove himself innocent, or at least prove that he has this polycythemia vera or whatever, or at the very least prove that he's been being treated for something like that, at the very least. And this is where Boogie gets really heated and things take a turn. So let's enjoy.
He keeps saying the truth forever.
Okay, but
I'm not going to hear me back down from the truth.
Don't interrupt me. I'm the moderator, bro. Listen, the only way you're ever going to be able to settle this is at some point you're going to have to release the medical records. You're going to, but you're going to, because
it's never happened.
And look at everything that's happened because you haven't.
Fuck you.
Look at everything.
Fuck you.
You're already fired from the show. You're already gone. I don't care, Boogie. I'm telling you, man to man, that's the only way.
Again, Boogie just doesn't want to do the one thing that would prove his innocence because he knows he's not innocent. He knows that if he shows his records, everyone's going to find out that he was a big fucking liar. And again, if he wants to come back from this, that is his one way, is to show that he hasn't been like completely lying, I guess. He clearly was lying for some extent, or at some extent at the very least. But if he can just prove that, hey, I was being treated for this, this is why I thought I had this disease, I think people could get on board with that and be like, all right, he made a dumb fucking mistake and he lied about it. Like, he probably did think he had cancer, but from what he's been saying so far, it seems like he knew he didn't have it. And him not wanting to release his records, which at this point, even if he did, people would claim Photoshop. He would have to do like an in-person live reveal, like with Keemstar, with Destiny or somebody, right? He would have to have somebody come over and watch him actually log in and show his stuff and then confirm it via Twitter or something. Like, they would have to genuinely confirm it, because at this point, like I said, people are just going to assume that it's, well, photoshopped. But Keemstar hits him with the "you're fired," the old Donald Trump line, "you're fired, you're done," which has got to be a big hit to Boogie. The guy, like he said earlier, already doesn't have a lot of money, already doesn't have a lot of green in the bank. Not that I do either, but I'm not a big YouTuber like he was, or like any of these guys are. But losing his one semi-decent form of income is gonna hit hard, and it's gotta suck, especially since he has a girlfriend who is of questionable age, maybe, probably not, but we don't know. It's weird. Who doesn't work and just smokes weed all day. So I guess we'll see how this works out for Boogie. All right, guys, and then the pinnacle of the entire deal. I can't show it on YouTube or I'll probably get the video taken down because it is a self-harm instance. But basically, Boogie and Destiny really start going at it. And it's all over Boogie's shitty diet. And he claims that he doesn't like food. He doesn't like any of the things he does, but he does it because it's self-harm and it's a way of punishing himself, or, you know, dumb excuses like that. Not just the fact that he thinks food tastes good and he just doesn't like to exercise, which are probably the two most common things for people of his size. Food tastes good. I'm not going to deny that. I'm not going to say he's wrong. And exercise does suck, but, you know, if you want to look good and feel good and live a little longer, then it's probably the right thing to do. But they go on this tyrant about hating each other and Boogie's shitty diet. And Destiny says that, you know, if he wants to self-harm himself, cutting's a lot cheaper than going to the store and buying stuff and, you know, buying this food, buying these drinks, you know, pop, soda, whatever you want to call it. And Boogie actually went and got a knife live on air and was going to cut himself. So buckle up, because this is our grand finale.
Well, I'm falling for it. You better not do nothing fucking stupid. Right. I can't believe we discovered in this stream that he literally fucking Googled it. No one said the word cancer before he rushed and made that video. Yeah. I cannot believe that.
Dude, like, he was excited as he was like, he comes home, he's like, you know that episode of South Park where like Cartman's like, I've got golden teeth. He's like, I've got this cancer, bro. Now I can make tons of views, and I can.
Please do not do anything with that knife. No, no. No,
he wants me to. He told me to, right?
No.
Oh, this is so much better than eating a sandwich
right now.
So much better than eating a sandwich, Destiny.
Put that away right now.
Piece of shit.
Okay. All right. No. Fucking no. No. God, what the
but yeah, so that happened. That is now the new era of Boogie. He brought a knife on stream and was going to cut himself, and Keemstar left the chat. Obviously, he's can't be in there. You can't live stream that. That is against the terms of service. Self-harm is against the terms of service. And yeah, I guess we have now entered the new era of Boogie, which is just a psychopathic liar who is apparently willing to do self-harm live on air, all because he got caught lying about having cancer. Obviously, like I said, I had to use the edited clip from their stream because I would get a channel strike, I bet, or at least a violation of some kind if I showed the actual live clip. So it is edited out. So sorry for that. If you want to watch it, I'm sure it is out there on the internet somewhere. But just be warned, it is kind of graphic. Nonetheless, it can be disturbing to some people, I suppose. But anyways, guys, that is all I got for you today. If you did enjoy the video, please leave a like, comment, of course, subscribe. Let me know what you think of the whole Boogie 2988 faking cancer, crazy outrage situation going on right now. Let me know what you think he can do to save his career, if there's even a possibility of that at this point, because this guy has went fully unhinged. But don't forget to like, comment, and of course subscribe to the channel, guys, if you haven't already. It all absolutely means a ton. Everything helps the channel grow and allows me to continue making good and detailed content and continue to improve my content. So thank you guys all for the support over the last few months. The channel has been doing awesome, so thank you guys again. Thank you for your time, and until the next video, guys, Godspeed.
I lost my best friend to 23. She left her body in Harvard.